Let's talk about concrete. We use it to make buildings, bridges, roads and footpaths, and a whole bunch of other stuff. There are many reasons concrete is so useful. The first is because it has incredibly high compressive mechanical strength, which means it can hold lots of weight on top of it before it starts to crack and break. It is also durable and low maintenance, so once it has been laid, it can last a long time before it needs to be checked or replaced. It is relatively fire and water resistant, and it can be moulded to just about any shape. Because it's so quick and easy to use, it's good for both the builder and the business. Concrete is made by combining a cementous material like cement, a fine aggregate like river sand, a coarse aggregate like gravel, and water. Mixing all these things together will create concrete. But there are some problems with concrete, particularly some key environmental issues. The process of making cement releases lots of carbon dioxide. It is estimated that about 800 kilograms of CO2 is released per tonne of cement created. This is because it requires high temperatures, 1,400 degrees Celsius in fact. Getting to these temperatures requires lots of fuel to be burned. Although many companies are working to reduce the environmental impact of creating cement, the release of lots of CO2 is unavoidable. Cement is primarily made using limestone. Limestone is mainly composed of a compound called calcium carbonate. When this is heated to 1,400 degrees, it breaks down into calcium oxide, the main ingredient in cement. Unfortunately, this also produces carbon dioxide. So as long as limestone and calcium oxide are the main ingredients for cement, lots of CO2 will be produced. Approximately 530 kilograms of the 800 kilograms of CO2 released in the production of 1 tonne of cement comes from the decomposition of limestone. The type of sand used to produce concrete is also important. The best type of sand is river sand, which is found in riverbeds, banks, floodplains, lakes, and seashores. This sand comes from mountains. Very small pieces of silica are formed, and when the surrounding rock is broken down, it becomes loose and can be picked up by the wind and swept into rivers. As it flows down the rivers, it is smoothed and bumped, giving it smooth angular edges, which makes it ideal for making concrete. Much better than desert sand, which is too round and smooth due to wind erosion. Because of this, riverbeds, beaches, and lakes are being stripped of all their sand so that it can be used for the creation of concrete, as well as other manufacturing, such as the creation of solar panels. In fact, this sand has become so popular that in some countries, gangs or sand mafia have begun mining sand to sell on the black market. 97% of the Earth's water is salt water, meaning only 3% is fresh water. Even less of that is accessible to humans. Most concrete can't be made with salt water, and therefore has to use fresh water. If we start using all of our fresh water to make concrete, there may be less for drinking or cleaning or other vital things. So what can we do about it? Well, first we can determine if we can use recycled materials in the creation of concrete. Could we use glass sand instead of river sand? Recycled rubber or concrete instead of gravel? Or could we use recycled water instead of tap water? We should investigate how we can make concrete production more environmentally friendly, for the sake of our planet.